welcome to my channel, and if you're here, we're going to talk about how to lose belly fat. So I'm working, but I felt like I really needed to get this video up and out to the world so that you guys can start your journey into fat loss or just getting into your best self, however you want to call it. So let's get right into it. First, it's drinking water. Now, everyone always says this, so it's not the most exciting thing to hear, but it's true. Drink water. It's how your body flushes out all of the toxins, which includes fat. So I read somewhere, and I'll link it into the description box below so that you have your facts and let you know where I got this information. You lose body fat in a number of different ways. Through air, so breathing out, through sweat, so perspiration, poops and pees. So why not drink as much water as you possibly can, or at least the amount you should drink for your body height and weight. Now, I drink a ton of water. I try to aim for a gallon. There's no real specific reason why I aim for a gallon. It's just because it's a lot of water. I rarely, if ever, hit a gallon nowadays, but it just helps me drink a lot of water throughout the day. And yes, you go to the bathroom a lot, but that's one of the things that you have to sacrifice is getting up and going to the bathroom, but at least you're getting the calories burned getting up and going to the bathroom. If you're like me and you have a desk job that's really sedentary, any calorie you can burn all contributes to your end goal. I also know that drinking water can be kind of daunting, especially if you're trying to drink that much water. But what has really helped me is drinking out of a really cute cup. So I usually drink out of this cup and I refill it throughout the day, and I got it from a friend it echoes if you talk into it. But I got it as a bridesmaid's gift, and I've been drinking out of it ever since. I broke the cap, but I just cover it with like a little cellophane, and yeah, that's it. So it helps if you drink out of a cute cup. Next is super important, and this is your diet style. Now, when I say diet, I don't mean like a fad diet or something you do for a little bit of time. I mean your diet as in what you're going to eat daily forever or for the time being. And it's a lifestyle, obviously. So this is something that you're comfortable with doing, that satiates you and also offers you a little bit of flexibility. I have notes here so I can stay on track and make sure that I get you every single piece of information that has helped me over to you. So if you see me glancing over at the computer, that's what I'm doing. I'm just making sure I'm staying on track. And so you want to make sure that first, whether you're doing keto, if you're doing paleo, if you're doing low carb, Atkins, whatever it is, and I have tried so many, I found a diet that has worked for me. But whatever diet style that you do, you need to make sure you're in a calorie deficit. You can do keto all you want, but if you're eating way too many fat calories and going over your maintenance goal, you're definitely not going to see as much progress. So whatever you're doing, just make sure you track your macros. There's actually an algorithmic formula to track your macros that you can do by hand, which I have done. It's really interesting. I will try and find Gaugegirl's specific video in which she kind of uses a whiteboard and walks you through the whole thing. That's how I learned, and I'll mention her a few times in this video because I learned a lot of what I do now from her and her YouTube videos. So make sure you're in a calorie deficit. You can also track your macros using calculators. Just two calculators that I've used in the past. That's Katie Hearn's macro calculator and Jen Heward's macro calculator. So every macro calculator is a little bit different. You'll see the numbers vary a little bit, but just find one, stick to it, and you should be solid. I've used multiple and have not had an issue as far as seeing results. Learn what body type you have. So this will help you gauge what style of workouts you should aim for to lose body fat. This is going to help you lose body fat in the belly area. because you cannot target a specific area, but if you're trying to lose body fat or if you're trying to lose belly fat, then you need to lose body fat. Learn what body type you have. So again, referencing Gaugegirl training, if you look at her videos, and again, I'll try to find it and link it, she'll go over the different types of body types there are, which are ectomorph, mesomorph, and endomorph. So I'm an endomorph. So I've learned that steady state cardio works really, really well for me, and incorporating maybe a little bit of HIIT helps as well. And then weightlifting, plyometric style workouts. So my body type really responds very well to weightlifting and cardio. So as soon as I found a steady state cardio style that I really liked, and then stuck to it consistently week over week, then I really started to see the pounds drop off on the scale, but I also really started to see my abs starting to get definition, which was really, really nice. So I'll just share with you the steady state cardio that I love to do, but literally just find something you really enjoy. Try different types and styles of workouts and cardio to find one that you love so that you can stay consistent with it. So for me, I love to run. So I'll do long runs. And because of time, I may not be able to do long runs all the time. So I broke it down into a week over week basis. So I aim for 6 to 8 miles per week. And then every run I do 2 miles. So I found a park that has a track, and the track one time around is 0.50 miles. So I just run around it 4 times. I don't get bored, and it's the exact perfect amount for me to go in, get my run in, and move on with my day. So that's worked really well for me. What it's also worked is cycling. I love cycling. I actually took on SoulCycle a while back, 5 years ago, but now I'm using Peloton, and I find those cycling classes to be very effective. And I recently discovered Power Zones, which is an endurance-based cycling class, and it is amazing. So that's my second style of steady state cardio. And then you all know this, and if you haven't, I'm gonna put you on right now, 12-3-30. And this is just a treadmill workout on 12 incline for, 12 incline for 30 minutes on 3 speed. I do this almost every day. So I have a pretty sedentary job, as I mentioned before, and so I try to make sure I'm getting my steps in. So if I don't walk anywhere, if I don't do like walk around the neighborhood, I'll go in and do 12-3-30. If I don't do 12-3-30, then I'll just walk on the treadmill. So yes, if you're doing 12-3-30 and you're also doing your steady state cardio, it does kind of seem or feel like you're doing 2 workouts in a day. But honestly, I'm just trying to make up for being behind a desk all day and not moving. When I didn't find a way to replace all of this sedentary activity, I literally did not see any progress. Didn't matter what I was doing, I didn't see any progress in my workouts or how I felt or how my body was changing. It was very slow, if none. So when I started to do 12-3-30 to replace, the sedentary work or walking daily, then I started to see results. So everything that I'm mentioning here works if you do it all together. Okay? That's really important. So 12-3-30 is amazing because it's just a way for you to, in a non-strenuous way, because it is a little bit hard when you first start for the first 10 minutes, but after that you're in the zone. But it's a way for you to kind of make up all of that non-activity. It's like all of the activity that you should be doing all compressed into 30 minutes. So yes, please do it. Please try it. If you feel if you feel discouraged after the first 10 minutes or even 5 minutes in on the 3 speed, start with 2.5 or 2 speed. Just ease your way into it, but every time you're going back to the gym, like say for example, you started with 2 speed, make sure you start with maybe 2.2 or 2.3. Like always have a progression, because you want to make sure that you hit your goal. You want to make sure that your body is changing, and that's what I did. I started with 2.5 because I started with a 3 and that was really hard. So I did 2.5 speed, and then at the 10-minute mark, I would switch it to 3 speed. So do what you can, but always have progression. Okay, so that's the other part. So steady state cardio, or just any cardio style that you find, identify that, do it consistently, do it daily, and then make sure that you're finding some sort of activity to replace any sedentariness in your life. Find something to replace that, whether it's walking out, something, it could be really leisurely, or maybe you're on the elliptical for like, you know, really low speed and resistance. Just make sure you're doing something. And then find out what body type you are, because you might find that steady state cardio doesn't work for your body type, but that HIIT does amazing for you. So find out and test some new workout styles and then try it out. And ladies and gents, that's it. There's nothing else. Those 3 things will help you reach your goal of losing belly fat, of losing belly fat or body fat in general. It's those 3 things. And you gotta do them all together. You can't just do one of the 2 or one of the 3 or 2 of the 3. You've gotta do all 3. I'm already getting thirsty. Another thing, how to be consistent.